Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Hakodash, double honors, apostles, elders, grant millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is the brother Yair Boninim. Just come with a quick lesson. I pray it be edifying to the flock. This video was sent to me, I looked at it, and when I watched it, I was shaking my head like, the stupidity that you get here in America, Babylon, and other western part of the world, Western Europe and so forth. It's dumb. It's dumb. They don't understand ancient concepts. They don't understand ancient ways that people still do to this day and age, 2025 that we live in. They still get down in those ways, and they're the proper ways. So let me show you the video, and I have some more commentary and some scriptures. And I'll read it. It says, graphic content, but imagine the humiliation of proving your virginity to your husband's family. So check out the video. And I go back. Now I'm going to read it again. So it says, imagine the humiliation of proving your virginity to your husband's family. And when you look underneath, it says in parts of India, Eastern Europe, it says North Africa, and so forth. And I think in the Asian countries like China, Japan, and stuff like that, they still practice this custom. There's nothing shameful, humiliating about proving your virginity to your husband's family. There's nothing wrong with that. They're having a celebration and everything and stuff. That's a great thing. And then you see in this video, you hear the music they're playing. They're giving that somber, sad undertone it has. That's BS, man. Because again, it's not humiliating to still practice this custom. You find this custom in the scriptures. When you go in the scriptures, it's mentioned in the Bible. It's a great thing to do, because why? A woman is supposed to be a virgin. The woman you get with is supposed to be a virgin. But that's not how it is in this society that we live in today. These women that we see out here, that we meet, they're not virgins. Are there some virgins out here? There are. But they're rare and far in between. The majority, especially here in America, Babylon, it's like a needle in a haystack, in a haystack, to find a woman that's a virgin these days at a certain age. You see in that video that young woman, she was probably, early 20s. And as you see, the husband, him and his family, they were celebrating that she was a virgin, because they had the sheet and it showed, as you see, that those are blood stains and whatnot. That's how you're supposed to show if the woman you're about to be with is a virgin. And we're going to read about that in the scriptures. Let me get it. I already had it pulled up. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22. I'll start at verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her, go in unto her, meaning what? Having sexual relations. And when you do that, she becomes your wife. And hate her. So you do that, but you hate her for whatever reason. And give occasion of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her. So you saying evil things about her, evil speech, bring up evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Verse 15. So the person is in this account is bringing up what's going Salakia. It's bringing up that if you take a wife and you say evil upon her, you try to say she's not a virgin. I found her not to be a virgin. That's you're speaking what's the word? You're bringing up an evil reproach upon this woman, which you shouldn't do. So you're saying she's not a virgin, okay? Verse 15, Deuteronomy 22:15. Then shall the father of the damsel, the woman, young woman, a damsel is a young woman, and her mother, so the father and the mother, take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. So what are the tokens of the damsel's virginity? Well, as you saw in the video, let me go back to it. Those are the tokens of her virginity. I'll play a little bit. Let me go back again. And you see, that's the token of her virginity. That sheet having the blood stains showing that she's a virgin. Her hymen, she still had a hymen. So when the husband went in unto her, she started bleeding. Now, some people say, well, not all women bleed when their hymen is broken. That is true. But the majority of women, that does happen. And let's say that doesn't happen with some women. Well, in this modern day we live in, doctors can perform tests to tell you that the woman that you have, that you went into is, let's say, you didn't do anything yet. They can tell you she's a virgin still or not. So there's ways to say that she can prove that she is a virgin. But back to what I was saying. So then shall the father, the damsel, and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And that's the token of her virginity. In the video, you saw the sheet with the blood. That's the token of her virginity, showing that she's a virgin. So the parents in this scripture are going to do that, the father and mother. Verse 16, and the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hath hated her. And it's showing their evidence that their daughter is a virgin. And the father saying that he's hating my daughter for whatever reason. Why? And he said that she wasn't a virgin. He's bearing false witness against her. Verse 17, and lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. May being a young woman, had of not being that has not laid down with a man. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. So they're showing the evidence, the rag, the sheet, that their daughter is a virgin. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. That's the evidence. Verse 18, and elders of the city shall take the man and chastise him. They're going to chastise him because they're going to say, you was lying about this woman. What you going to lie about this woman for? She is what she says she was, what her family says she is. She is a maid. She was a young woman that didn't lose her virginity. She was pure in that sense, not being touched by another man. Verse 19, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, daughter of Israel. And she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days. So he can't put her away. She's going to be, they'll be joined together until death. That's his wife. That's her husband. But I read that account, to show that there's nothing wrong with showing that your daughter is a virgin, okay? Like they're doing here. They try to make it, see in this society here in America, Babylon, and other western parts of the earth, they make these ancient customs that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai gave us, because it mentioned in the scripture, daughter of Israel, an Israelite, a woman. They make these customs seem like they're, what's the word? We're far removed from these things, and they're barbaric. Why would you humiliate a woman in that fashion? Blah, blah, blah. Man, stop. It's horrible. All these ancient ways and customs that we have in this society, they make it to be wicked. Okay, false. They make it to be, like I said, barbaric. You shouldn't treat a woman like this, blah, blah, blah. Not treating a woman in a bad way. Excuse me. As you saw in the scriptures, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to make sure that the woman you're laying down with is a virgin. Because that woman, once you lay down with her, that woman becomes your wife. Boy, I tell you, this place is wicked. This place is wicked. And that video was, I recorded off of, I think it was off of Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. But you see the narrative that they try to push out here. Everything that is pleasing to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, these ancient ways that we conduct ourselves, they try to make it be evil, wicked. In this society, those righteous things that we did are looked down upon. They're looked down upon. People don't like doing things that are right anymore. They like to do things that are wicked. And if you're in this truth, you see it for what it is. But, when I saw that video, it made me think of, those scriptures. And I was like, let me, do a quick lesson and bring that out. But this is why Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is going to change this world, this earth that we live in. And he's taking it back to the ancient ways, because the ancient ways were the better ways, the ways that the laws, statutes, commandments that you read about in the scriptures, the Holy Bible. Those ancient ways are the right ways. And this new society we live in that is ruled by Esau, Edom, the Caucasian man, woman, and child, they put, and they rule the whole earth. They are making everything that's righteous wicked and making things that are wicked righteous, or good. The things that are wicked are good now, and the things that are good are wicked. So everything's upside down, and it's because of these Edomites, and the other nations too that fall after Esau, Edom. So, yeah, that's not in that video. That wasn't humiliating, but in this society, they try to teach you that those things are. That's humiliating to the woman to do that to her and everything. Because these women out here these days, a lot of them are whores, have slept with all these different men and whatnot, and they try to paint the picture like there are some, because of the way they act, and I'm going by the way they act and whatnot. Like there's some righteous woman, and you can't say nothing to them about all these men they slept with and all the wicked things they've been doing out here. What they say these days? They say we see, but we don't judge. I think something like that, or we speak. Yeah, we speak. Yeah, we see, but we don't judge. I think that's how it goes. I saw another video, that saying, and that's how they are. You can't tell them nothing. But let me not keep rambling on. But I just wanted to bring that out. Yeah, we live in a wicked society. But slowly but surely, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua is stirring things up, and he's going to take things back to the way things are supposed to be. So, again, that video, that's not anything humiliating. That's actually a good thing. That man had a virgin. You should want a virgin. But we know in this society you won't get it. And it's hard to find. Can't say you won't get it. I mean, it's just going to be hard to find. But, hey, that's a good thing that he found one. So, it is what it is. But I pray that was edifying to the flock. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, or HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone. Shalom to the whole fillet. Till next time, shalom.